hoki mai ki te wai pounamu o Tautahi. My name is Tangaroa.
And I'm Ali, and we are here to bring you the very best of what the New Zealand Agricultural Show 2021 has to offer. This show is going to be a wild ride.
I'm looking forward to oiling up some pigs.
And I'll be learning how to hose down some cattle.
This is Sideshow Alley. There's one born every minute is the motto here, and the crowds keep rolling up.
The country's been coming to town at the Agricultural Show in Christchurch since the 1860s.
Entries in all classes were heavy. Kids with ponies showed them in the ring for a prize. Kids with no ponies rode donkeys for a price.
Known in the early years as the Grand November Show, it had already grown so big by the 50s, police were brought in to manage the traffic.
The City Traffic Department briefs its patrols for a scheme to keep an even flow to all showground access roads.
It's since seen tens of thousands of competitors over more than a century and a half displaying their prized livestock and allowing farmers to share the very latest in ag tech. All manner of species, sideshows and skill sets on offer.
Even larger crowds gathered just over the fence, hoping to make up on the trots what they lost on the roundabouts.
Recent decades have seen its popularity soar even more, and the country's first purpose-built show venue brought to fit its ever-growing dimensions.
It's just a family thing with us, attending shows, and right from the early days when we used to take a picnic and the bacon and egg pies and sitting around the back of a car and the $5 notes going to the children to go and have a ride at the sideshows.
And despite the recent turbulence of COVID, there are plans afoot to ensure this show will go on.
Go.
Woo!
Oh.
We're off! So I just keep in a straight line?
Yeah, mate.
Nice.
Good. Beauty. This place is normally teeming full of people. This year, because of COVID, we haven't been able to have crowds.
But we got a special invite, so we're still going to be able to bring you all the excitement.
So, Ali, take me down to the shearing sheds.
Okay.
Hang a right. Righty-tighty.
Can we indicate?
Yeah, mate. Sorted. Across 2 days, the New Zealand Agricultural Show shearing competition shows us some of the best wool handlers and shearers as they compete for the top prize.
It's very intense. It's short and sharp. The amount of sweat you can lose just by shearing 5 sheep is amazing.
You use the handpiece, you take the belly off and you work your way through the crutch. The undermine, you take the top off, and then you slip up the neck. You come around the long blow and down the last side. They take the wool away and the shearer puts the sheep out the porthole.
With the scoring, the least points are best. If you shear a sheep in a knot, that is more or less a perfectly shorn sheep. It does happen, but it's pretty rare. You get penalised for wool left on, any nicks or tiny cuts, and also in time. This particular event is the premier event of the day, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's part of a national circuit.
How many sheep would these guys have shorn in their lives?
Potentially up to 1 million.
Far out.
Shearers around the world have shorn in excess of 2 million sheep.
Really?
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know where your hands are moving. It'll all just be natural, right?
Oh, it must be, eh?
After a million?
I haven't done that many.
The very first whole sheep I shore was in Australia. I was over there when I was 15 during the school holidays, wool handling. I'd sort of made a little lie up that I could shear a sheep and I just dragged one out and started shearing it. It took me about 18 minutes. I made the world team in 2018 and went to France in 2019. I shore in the UK, having a wee look around Scotland and Europe. It was really cool.
I just enjoy it. It's a challenge. It's like it's something you learn, and then once you've begun to learn it, there's no end to the learning.
Alrighty team, this is some crazy stuff. They're going for a good time here. Better pull out the old notebook because soon I'm going to be having a crack at my second sheep ever. First one took me about 12 minutes, so I don't think I'll get it under 90 seconds.
you're going to shear this last little piece of the sheep here.
Yeah, bro.
So I want your 2 feet in here.
Yep.
So either side of the bum in there. Then you're going to come down like that. Okay.
Yep. All good?
Just go down, yeah. Good. Oh, yep. Trying to follow that sheep. So you're cutting out into the wall just a little bit. Yep. That's it. Yep.
So I like mutton, but I don't want to make a cut here.
And then just as you go past, that pressure down so the sheep can't kick on you and you cut it.
All good?
That's it. All done. So that's called a second cut.
Yeah, bro.
And it's degrading the value of our...
Well, I think we might have to do a third cut there. More, bro. Righto. Here's the big man here. Got the W. Top dog. Did you expect to win today, bro?
No. Just came down to sort of... Some of our crew down there keen on competing, so came down to help them out and... Yeah, come away with a win, so...
So far now, I was feeling pretty good about myself when I earned my towel. And now look at this.
What other sport do you have to have a really high degree of physical fitness, all the rhythm and balance and coordination and footwork in the world? You've got to handle an animal, and you've also got to have a very smooth running piece of machinery. And I don't think there's any other sports in the world that combine those elements. So that's why I reckon it's the ultimate sport.
These cattle are getting ready to be shown right here on farm. Now, normally, of course, all the cows would head to the showgrounds in town where they would be judged in the flesh. However, this year, of course, due to COVID, none of that can happen. It's all happening on farm with cameras, and it's all going online in the first ever National Virtual Beef Cattle Show.
The type of cattle we breed here are lowlines, which is a breed that was developed in Australia from basically heritage Angus. All of the things that we're looking for in animals are all got practical application. And it was only when I suddenly realised that it wasn't just, a beauty contest, that we were really looking to try and develop the animal. That's what got me interested in judging and in showing.
Oh! Just go gently and just put it up the back of his leg so he knows it's there. Just the side, yep.
Oh, yeah. So he knows he's getting a shower. Oh, here we go. Oh, well, we're back to square one. Thought I'd change enough nappies by lunchtime, but here we go again. It's quite intimate, isn't it?
There's a bull down there that Richie, I just go up and scratch him because he's 12 years old. He's very close to 2 tonne in weight when you put him across the scale. But it's just a cuddle.
Are we brushing up, along, and down?
And then down, yeah.
And that's the, what did you call that?
The rainbow technique.
Rainbow technique.
Yeah.
And why are we doing it in these sort of specific directions?
It just highlights his nice features about him.
So sort of highlighting his
Good
big
features.
muscles.
Yep, exactly.
So we're going up.
Up, and then along, and then down.
Oh, he's loving it.
Yeah, he
Got
does.
2 hairdressers on the job.
Good boy. Good boy.
The big bull can be a bit lazy, so you just got to warm him up. It's a bit like an athlete getting ready for a match, I suppose. You've got to do your warm-ups beforehand and then he'll walk well. Cattle handling is something that schools in Queensland and New South Wales have as part of their curriculum. So we became aware of this, particularly Philip, from his relationship with some cattle breeders in Australia. And he was, why can't we do this in New Zealand? He had to persuade me a little bit because somebody else's children, young cattle, public space, what could possibly go wrong?
I wasn't off a farm, but I had uncles that had farms in various places, and every school holidays I could go onto a farm and I'd have a week with my cousins on a farm. But that just doesn't happen now. There's so much of a dislocation between urban and rural in New Zealand.
Yeah, pretty good. This is the first time we've entered a virtual show. We've got a set of instructions so that it's consistent for the judge. We need to show the animal from the front. So this is so that the judge can see, the structure of the animal from the front. You're very conscious of trying to display the animal well and fill in for the judge who's not actually physically there. So you're trying to show all angles. The tracking, if she's doing that well, her structure is pretty good. She's got a good straight back and she's got a good deep barrel to be able to carry that calf as well.
A lovely gait.
Yes. The virtual show it's been a good experience, I think, for the young ones to be involved in the way that they have, and there's a lot of work goes into it.
I've learnt with showing cattle is you've got to have the patience with the animals. You also got to have the confidence. if the judges ask you questions, you kind of got to know what you're going to say.
I think that cane feel really encouraging. They're always pushing us to be the best, but they're always supporting us at the same time.
It is back to earth, back to basics. They do know that the cows they're taking to shows, yes, they're there to breed animals that are actually going off to the freezing works. So they are very practically aware of what is involved in farming, as well as just loving cattle and going to it for the fun of it.
My bull is looking very good, very buff.
It's been really satisfying and rewarding to see kids that might not have had the opportunity to see that side of agriculture suddenly realise there are some doors there that they can open in terms of career.
I just like being with the cattle and being out by myself in the farm with my dogs and stuff.
I can see how proud you are.
Yeah.
Nice one.
And that lets her show off.
Must say, it's very rewarding. I mean, I get more back from them than they get from me. I'm sure of it.
It's been an interesting experience. Look forward to getting back to the real show next year.
The New Zealand Agricultural Show is a big supporter of rural mental health.
Kia ora whānau, what's up? Welcome to Colic Bay, Oraka. As you can see in the background there, we've got Stewart Island. So this is a resting place of the Takitimu Waka. So the Takitimu Waka was buried at the foothills of the Southern Alps, which is why they refer to them as the Takitimus. We're in the beautiful lands of Muruhiku.
Surfing for Farmers was started up in New Zealand probably about 4 years ago by a guy called Stephen Thompson. He'd seen overseas that the returned soldiers coming home and they're sort of getting out in the surf and using it as a bit of a rehabilitation program. So he thought it was a good idea to get started for farmers here in New Zealand. We try to aim to meet once a week, and the aim is to have free surf lessons, free wetsuits and board hire, a barbecue and a couple of refreshments afterwards, and just for people to get out, get off the farm, get in the water, and then just have that social interaction afterwards.
Yeah, we come down here to see what was going on with the surfing lesson. I wasn't going to look at me, I'm dressed to go to town.
Come over, guys. You'll carry your board holding the handle and you'll be attached to your leg rope as well. So you want to hold that up off the ground so you don't face plant on the sand. It's going to run you through a few things. Lying on your boards, it's real important that you are nice and centred. Imagine a line running down the middle and we paddle like freestyle swimming. When you're lying on your boards paddling for a wave, you want to make sure your toes are right back here. So watch me. So it's bum up, dominant foot first, your other foot up between your hands, and then slowly take your hands away. So we'll head out into the water till it's about knee deep. You can place your boards into the water.
Since COVID's hit Aotearoa, it's been pretty tough on us farmers. We've had limited staff, which have meant that the farm owners or the people that we're looking at into retiring have had to go back into the gumboots, rearing calves, milking, all of that sort of stuff. So a bit more stress, a bit more tension and a bit more weight on already loaded shoulders for us farmers. So really good opportunity for us to get off farm, get a bit of perspective about life and what's important. And so there's no better way than getting out there, getting in touch with the moana and digging your feet into some sand.
Surfing for Farmers has probably got about 18 regions started up this season. So it grew from being in Gizzy, I think it was about the only spot, and then there was about 3 regions after that, maybe a few more last year, and yeah, this year there's 18 regions, so it's pretty special. It's obviously just gone from strength to strength every year. Farmers seem to be out there enjoying themselves and making the most of the bloody good conditions we've got here in New Zealand, so yeah.
Out there you'll hear a lot about farmers' mental health and the stresses that are going on at work, but I think one aspect of farming that's overlooked is the fact that we live on farm. So we literally jump off our motorbike, take our overalls off in our gumboots, walk straight into all of a sudden having to be a loving dad and a caring husband and a supportive one. There's a bit of mahi that needs to be done around the mental health of our men and rural women when it comes to leaving mahi at work and stepping into those roles at home. So coming out here and de-stressing in the environment, being vulnerable and falling off, having a few stuff-ups out there on the board.
It makes someone's day, it breaks up their week, and they get to have a yarn to someone they probably wouldn't have otherwise had the opportunity to have a talk to. Younger people talking to older people, people from different walks of life.
It was cool to have a good chinwag with some of the local farmers. We probably missed about 45% of the ways because they're too busy chinwagging, and we could actually smell the snagglers up there. If I can do it, anybody can do it, because I'm like 156 kilos. Jesus.
It's a nice time to get out of farm and think of other stuff and get your mind out of work.
So those gumboots are looking pretty clean, mate. Yeah. How far you guys travelled?
Be probably 2 hours. First time down these ways.
Wicked. Yeah. And was it worth the drive?
Definitely, 100%.
What's the technique?
I just hold on, yes. Hold on and then pop up at the end, yeah. It's so good just to get off farm and, well, refresh your brain by taking a few waves to the head and catching up with mates as well. It's pretty special, pretty lucky to have this on our doorstep. So,
mate, we live in paradise, right? Look at it.
Coming up on the New Zealand Agricultural Show, we meet the next generation of farmers.
This is what my calf got me today, and I'm really proud of her.
My chickens, I think they're the best in the land.
See how the Bull Breeders Club is attracting young people to pig farming.
Yep, and I just leave it out there.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, look at that. Showtime, showtime.
And Tangaroa is back in the water on a kayak made of wool.
He's actually doing really well. I'm not even kidding. Like, look how good it is. Oh, yeah! He's so big.
When the royals are here, that brings the crowd. We've hosted many royals, Prince Edward, Princess Anne, Charles and Camilla.
The lead up to meeting Charles and Camilla when they did visit in our 150th year celebration was quite nerve-wracking, but also very exciting. It was a privilege to meet them and chaperone them around the show. Camilla was a bit of a trick. She would be with you 1 minute and then she'd dive off to something else and you'd be thinking, where is she? I'm meant to be looking after her.
A guy had a hot dog stand here and he saw Prince Charles walking up and he reached out with a hot dog in his hand and he says, "Sir, sir," he says, "would you like one? I'll give you one free." And as quick as look at you, Prince Charles turned around to him and says, "Oh, no, thanks, mate, thanks for the offer," but he says, "I'd hate to eat your profit."
And it's people like Richard and Barbara who are keeping the show here alive. And there's plenty of life here at the farmyard where lots of school kids have come today to enjoy the fun. Haven't they?
So do you know that when guinea pigs are born, they're born with fur and teeth?
What? Fur and teeth?
They have claws and they've got little teeth in there?
Oh, what's going on there?
This is poo.
Oh, it's not Oh, dear.
There's a baby being born.
How awesome is it to have days like this where kids get to interact with animals that I see every day out on farm, but these guys sometimes can't. So being able to put all of these animals in the one spot and schools come along and experience this sort of stuff. Have you had a cool day today? Have you had a cool day?
For many of those kids, they've said they've got goldfish at home or a cat at home, but none of them would have ever actually interacted with farm animals like this. And being able to come in the pen and actually pat them and feed them is pretty special.
So these little guys are real cute, but we're off to see the big boys. The organisers behind the Boar Breeders Association like to have fun. This year, 33 syndicates have entered their prize pig and are all hoping for the win. G'day, mate. How are you? They're long, eh? Look at how long they are. So what sort of pig we got here, bro?
Crossbreds, half large white, half saddleback. They're sort of all roughly the same age, so it just shows you different feeding.
Yeah, different feeding, different breeding.
That's right.
Had a couple of saddleback on the farm. They go pretty good on the old frying pan.
Yeah.
A lot of our competitors are rural people and off farms, and Pig Week is an opportunity for syndicates and friends to get together, bring their pig to the show, show the pig and have a few drinks and catch up.
What's the key with trying to get a good pig on a show day?
Like, we can't give away too many secrets, can we, girls? Like, it's pretty top knowledge. With the pigs, you know, we want them nice and shiny.
Is that a special type of oil, or?
Straight off the supermarket shelf.
Yeah, I'm going to hand this over so you can...
You should put it on for us. Yeah, why would you like to get on with it? I feel like you should.
Look, I don't know about me putting it on, but
Yeah, go on, and you'll climb over here. Where you go?
He won't bite.
has this been done before?
Yeah.
I don't trust these girls at all, eh? They're about 2 apple ciders deep, and so they're in here for a setup. So you reckon, so straight over the back end?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, we one down, team, one down. He's sitting on my foot, which I'm not going to be getting back. Oh, we're two in. And up and over. So up over the midline.
Yep, and I just leave it about there. That's perfect.
Oh, look at that. Showtime. First year entrance?
Yeah, well, we're long-time breeders, first-time showers. So,
Right.
Yeah, we know this has been a work in progress for many years.
So shower, not a grower?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, yeah, good work. So what's the pig's name?
Heinrich.
Nice. That's a good last name.
Stein.
Are you guys going to chuck a scoot on a ball?
He's pretty masculine. Like, he wants to be in a set later. Hoses. Yeah.
You should have bought a pair, bro. Should have bought a pair.
It's all about getting people out and off the farm, and it's a really good opportunity to get people together.
In the rural community, a lot of us know someone affected or, you know, someone lost through mental health. And this event is a chance for us all to get together, and being in such an isolated community, it's really important that people come along to these events and participate and catch up with their friends, because otherwise it can be pretty lonely.
Well done, girls. What's the secret?
Team manager. Oh, team manager and a bit of sweet serenading, and he's also got a great appetite, which helps.
Well done.
No thanks, apes, and well done to all the other competitors.
Yeah, the pigs get better every year. The competition, I mean, the message from the judges, it gets tougher, and that's just credit to how successful this class and how this part of the show has been.
We're pretty wrapped with our boar now. He's done us proud today, and couldn't have asked for a better pig, really.
What a well-deserved celebration for the Sow sisters. So these kids here have come from around the motu to show their pets here today. They've already entered them in their school pet day, then their area day, but this is the granddaddy of all the competitions. It's the Ravensdown Boys and Girls Ag Day. They've been working with their pets for months and months, so competition is very, very stiff and judging is about to begin.
What I'm judging them on is care and attention and their handling abilities, and they're both scored separately. So for their care and attention, the first thing I do is I'm just asking them basic questions about what they can tell me about their lamb. The best handlers are nearly always the ones that have been handling animals from kids, because they've got that ability just to sort of bond and know what the animal's going to do. So yeah, that is a huge part of it. Their knowledge is excellent. Some of the kids particularly were telling me about the breed history, where they come from in England and Scotland and Germany and all these things.
They know their stuff.
They really do. They're very knowledgeable, which actually is really good, but it can make it quite tricky then, because you've got to get down to the real fine details to pick the first and the second and the third.
Hi, I'm Hayden and this is Max. Hi. Hi, I'm Scarlett and this is Madison. Hi. This is my silky Jeff. My pet lamb Fern has currently just won Pets Day and Group Day.
It's really impressive to see such young wee tackers have so much knowledge about what they're doing, and you can tell that after school they've left their bike at the gate, they've gone straight to the shed to go play with their pet calf. For the group day, it's a really, really long process. They start this back in term 2, getting ready, getting project books ready for when a calf is going to be born come July, August.
I would love to win a ribbon because then it shows how much hard work I've put in and it's a good memory of my calf. And I like to lead my calf around the backyard so she gets prepared for the shows. I am Frank and this is my lamb Bluey. She is a South Suffolk. She eats muesli, grass, and this is her milk powder.
A project book is really the learning part for the child as they are rearing the animal. So it starts from the day that they get it.
So this is when I first got Bluey and then she got a bit bigger.
I did project books like that when I was knee-high to a grasshopper too. Yeah. And I've still got those at home, you know, with their first little stickers and second stickers in them. And they're treasures.
Who wants bottle? Bottle right here. I like leading my lamb and taking photos of it. Jimmy! My lamb's called Carrington because from Lisa Carrington, my favourite Olympian.
Well, boys and girls, well done. In the junior poultry, the reserve in the junior lamb section for 2021 is Angus Leslie, while the reserve champion in the senior calf is Will Glassford, and the champion junior lamb is Logan Birch. Ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls, that concludes our morning.
This is what my calf got me today and I'm really proud of her. I won champion today with my chickens. I think they're the best in the land. And I nearly won with my lamb. So close. I won first place, the first, second and third.
I think it's really cool because it teaches them a factor of responsibility. Like a lot of parents here I know, they're not going to go to the show unless the kids actually put a bit of work in. They learn how to care about something and how to feed it, and that reflects into how they can look after themselves as well. And it's a really good life skill to have because they'll carry that right through.
Now, the New Zealand Agricultural Show supports innovation in agriculture, and Tangaroa met up with a 26-year-old who is wowing the world with his woolly inventions.
Oh, cheer, bro. Cheer, bro. Nice to see you. Come on, fella. Tangaroa.
Gee, brother.
Nice
Logan.
to meet you, man.
What's going on here, bro?
This is the world's first woolen knife with Victory and ironclad. The knife, 60% wool, completely New Zealand made and sharp as.
Like literally wool?
Literally wool, like exactly here, strong wool. So all the sides, bellies and pieces from New Zealand farms go into every product we make.
That is out the gate.
Yeah.
I think what's more inspiring about the story is that you're helping Kiwi out, not only for the product that you've produced here, but also with the product that you're using to produce this product. Like, you're doubling down there. You know, how much help has the wool industry needed over the last couple of years?
Strong wool has done it really tough, you know. It's pretty much a break-even sort of exercise. A lot of hard-working rural families are doing it really tough. So it's really cool to give back your higher price to wool and really rejuvenate one of our oldest industries in the country. Here we've got woolen battens, so these are chucked out on fences, mostly in the North Island, but also the South Island, so getting rid of that tanninised wood that goes to the landfill.
Yeah, bro.
Last but not least, the world's first woolen kayak.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? Pretty radical. This one's a prototype, so it's got 30%, but we're going to aim for 40% wool. It displaces about 2,000 plastic bags with the wool we're using, which is actually, you know, a real physical way you can have a positive impact on the world.
When I first went into a wool shed, I was the one who was cleaning up all the dags and pulling off all the bad wool. Have you guys been able to utilise that stuff as well?
Yeah, virtually all we use is sides, bellies and pieces. We don't like the dags because of all the, you know, we know what's in the dags. All the waste product, which usually just gets put in offal pits or sold at a really low price, like 80 cents a kg, we take all of it and it goes into our products.
So what other stuff you got in the pipeline?
We're looking at a few different products. Like one of the early inventions I made with Fonterra was a device to destroy methane.
Wow, wicked.
So we're in development with that. Still early stages, but super exciting.
Oh, and look, I'm so passionate about milking cows and delivering protein for the world to consume. I'm sure I'll be probably your first buyer there with that, with the reduction of methane, mate, like along with all the other greenhouse gases that we're emitting at the moment. So this kayak would look a lot better if we had, if it was laced with some kinners and piles in the front, a couple of crays in the back.
Yeah, 100%, man. It's made for lakes and rivers, but it will definitely be up to the challenge out in the sea. I'm sure of it, man.
Can I put it to the test?
100%, bro.
Wanted to put the old wetsuit on first, though. It's pretty cold.
Yeah, man.
So finally, I'm just putting on my the old wetsuit. We're going to go and check out what Logan's kayak's like. We're going to put it to the test. We're going to jump into this waka, paddle her on out to the Moana and give the old surfers a bit of a run for their money. Sweet, let's go.
Got it? You got it?
Yeah, bro.
Good luck, man. Bring it back safe.
Right, good, we're going for it. We're going to go for a wave.
Look at it go, he's actually out in the surf, but it's like a pretty rough day. I mean, this is 30% wool in kayak form on the ocean right here in New Zealand.
How did New Zealand have such a strong position with wool, and then for an inferior product to come along in the terms of plastic and synthetics and get such a dominant position? The likes of Logan, they bring in fresh ideas and they take innovation to the next level.
He's actually doing really well. I'm not even kidding. Like, look how good it is. Oh, yeah! He's so big. It was good, man. I actually was genuinely happy with it, man.
Bro, this was mean, bro. Coming up on the NZ Ag Show special, we have a go at goat milking.
So you'll just milk the teat and plug it back?
Yep, it's pretty tasty.
Have you ever had it straight?
Not from the teat.
And we get up close and personal with the country's finest and friendliest alpacas.
He was Supreme Champion at the New Zealand Agricultural Show.
Oh, congratulations.
I know.
I'm super excited to take you guys for a geese down on my farm to check out my darlings. Absolutely loving the experience of bringing my little man up on farm and showing him the calves and the cows.
I have been coming to the show and helping with the City Farmyard for 16 years this year. I love seeing the kids and the animals intermingling and playing with each other. I've always loved animals, right from my whole memory is having animals, saving rabbits out in the paddock when Dad used to pull little babies out of the burrows because we had so many rabbits eating our grass, and I'd go back down to the paddock and I'd scoop them all up and try and raise them in my bed when I was about 7 or 8 years old. I'd do the same with mice in the grain, and I've just grown as I've got older and older. I keep on collecting more animals and they just give you so much pleasure. And if you're feeling down and unhappy or sad or stressed, you just need actually to take a cup of coffee and go and sit out in the paddock with your goats and life will be fine.
Hey guys, check out my prize goat.
Hey.
Cool. What makes it a prize goat?
Well, definitely personality, I think, but there's also as well her good body type and also her udder and her milk. She's got beautiful milk.
When you say she's got beautiful milk,
yeah.
Are there taste differences from goat to goat?
There is taste differences. So sometimes with goats, they can get a little bit of a bitter aftertaste, but others are more creamier and sweeter, and she's got really creamy and sweet milk, which makes ideal for baking, and yeah, it's quite tasty. I drink it sometimes straight from milking.
Really?
Yes.
So you'll just milk the teat and plug it back?
Yep, it's pretty tasty.
Have you ever had it straight?
Not from the teat. Oh, it's really warm.
It is, yeah.
Are you getting some?
It's really nice. You need to have a taste of this.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like vanilla. That is actually really nice. Goats are pretty cool, but they're no alpaca.
Good luck milking an alpaca.
Alpaca, llama, I might be showing I'm a townie here, but I have always confused the two. But today, we're all about these guys, the alpaca.
Good morning. His name is Australis. That's Prada. Prada likes the camera. She's living up to her name. This is Chiquita. She's nearly 2 years old, so she'll be mated very soon.
So you've got names for all of them?
We have names for all of them.
And you can tell all of them apart?
We can. Personality is a big thing. You've got your Belshie ones, your bossy ones, like Chiquita over here. She's pretty dominant. And then you've got your shyer ones.
Do you think they know they've got the most spectacular farm in New Zealand?
I know. I know. They take it for granted, don't they?
Yeah.
Today's the first day of the fleece judging, so Ellie's come along today to see what that's all about and how we go about judging the fleeces.
Whoever wins, the overall winner of the fleece, if there is one, how much clout do they get for taking the golden prize?
Well, I think at a particular show like the New Zealand Agricultural Show, it's stiff competition. The good quality animals and fleeces are coming to these shows, so it does mean a lot to people. It's a weight that I don't take lightly because I'm judging people's businesses and I know how important that is to them for me to get that as right as I can.
As a fleece judge, this is pretty much heaven for you right here, isn't it?
Yeah. Really high quality fleeces to judge. Beautiful variety of colours.
About 22 colours, right?
Yeah, give or take.
So at a glance, can you tell me about this fleece? Is it special? Is it a prize winner? It's got that beautiful crimping.
It's got that beautiful crimping and that's what gives it its lovely elasticity when it's made into a yarn. But most importantly is that beautiful luxurious handle.
What is so special about the alpaca compared to other animals? Like what is...
So alpaca, I think, are one of the oldest domesticated livestock in the world. Their fibre was for the gods and then they traded it with the Spanish royal houses and all of that sort of stuff. It's been always highly valued fleece. We know from the mummified alpacas that they're found in tombs that fibre is as good as that.
Right.
So we just need to breed back to that.
You know that from mummified tombs?
Yeah. So they were buried with kings.
Is that right?
Yeah, because they are so special.
Do the alpaca community get along with the llama community, or is there a rivalry? Can't go.
It's not a good question.
Okay. The difference between an alpaca and a llama.
They come from two separate camelid lines because they are a camel.
Yes.
So they come from the vicuña, which is a highly prized animal with beautiful fine fleeces, when the llama comes from the wild type, which is the guanaco.
Their faces are actually quite different, aren't they, when you look at an alpaca face and a llama face?
Totally. So llamas have big banana-shaped ears. That's the first thing that tells you that you're looking at a llama, not an alpaca.
So this guy, Galactica, he just won he was Supreme Champion at the New Zealand Agricultural Show.
Oh, congratulations.
I know, he's got no idea. All the fanfare. And the reason he won is because of his exquisite fleece. You can see it's very, very dense. It's got beautiful luster. That's what's one of the unique features of alpacas. You've got that beautiful shine.
So he's a perfect specimen.
We've actually won it 4 years in a row now, which is just fantastic. Showing the alpacas for us is how we market our genetics. Shows how we compare with other farms in New Zealand and how we're tracking with the improvement. Try to improve the animals all the time. Well, for us, it's just a passion. We fell in love with them when we first saw them, when we first moved to New Zealand, and they just stole our hearts, really.
But the thing about the alpaca, you've got this beautiful animal, but at the same time, it produces an amazing fleece. It's renewable. It just ticks all the boxes when it comes to looking after the land. We've seen every alpaca on our farm being born, and we've named it, and we have a very close connection. We see them every day. We have a very strong bond with them, and we respect them for what they do and what they give us.
Oh, we've got more friends.
The New Zealand Ag Show sees dairy farmers from all around the Motu bringing their show cows to the show. But unfortunately, due to COVID, this was cancelled.
But to represent the hard-working dairy farmers, we went on farm with Tangaroa.
So in the mornings, normally I'm on herds, or there might be somebody else on herds, and Detroit's our shed manager. So he's normally starting up and getting cups on nice and early. 4 o'clock starts at the moment, so plenty of mahi to get done before 8 o'clock. So we're right in the middle of the most important part of a farming year, which is mating. So crucial numbers to hit at this time of year. We're trying to hit a 90% submission rate. We can give her some fresh tail paint, and we're going to draft this cow out to be artificially inseminated today. Each colour represents a week that the cows are cycling. So I'm just touching up the paint. Sometimes it can get rubbed off. So I'm originally from Tauranga dairy farming in Southland, and every year I've been trying to bring one of my whānau down south just to show them what farming, or show them what life is like through a different lens.
Hi, my name is Detroit, and I'm shed manager / 2IC on this farm. Become a man of many trades in this industry, like a fence fixer, plumber, all sorts, but I just really enjoy interacting with the animals. Once you actually start cracking into it and, getting over the waking up at 4 a.m. part, it's actually quite delightful to work, and I enjoy every day of working on the farm.
Sweet, so I'm Sheridan and I'm the calf rearer for Farm for Life. Come on, darling. Hey. It involves, feeding calves, their health and diets. I like working for Tangaroa because he's very experienced as well as a character and is very entertaining.
Moving into the animals themselves, we're able to track every individual animal as to milk production per day, somatic cell counts, all the way through to, BVD testing, Yonis testing through milk samples. So one of the awesome things on farm here is that we're in the business of producing protein and food. Not so much just the milk that's leaving the farm gates on a tanker truck. We've also got a whole lot of kaya in our streams as well. So that's another reason behind making sure that our environmental management is top priority on farm, because we'll go down there and we'll get some kaya, some watercress. I'll drop it into Te Kauinga's kohanga. Me and Detroit and Sherry will also have a kaya as well. So I'm fortunate to have two beautiful young boys out on farm with me at the moment, with my darling looking after the youngest one. So absolutely loving the experience of bringing my little man up on farm and throwing him into the hay feeders and showing him the calves and the cows and milk out of the vat. The whole aim for Farm for Life was we were trying to create an online video learning platform so that we can empower young people who have never been exposed to the industry before, whether it be dairy farming, sheep, beef shearing, equine, seafoods. I wanted to try and make a platform that could capture all of this knowledge, similar to YouTube, allow people to learn on the job without being on the job. And learn from school. So a lot of people at school that don't really like the school curriculum or the school setup are normally really hands-on people.
The advice I'd give is to the farmers out there that are looking for workers is give those new ones a try, because they are really eager and hungry to learn about the industry and how awesome it is to be a dairy farmer.
Man, farming is just so much fun. There's so much to learn. It's so interesting. And if I was to say anything to our Aotearoa whānau out there that don't really like farming or dairy farming, I'd probably say to just get out and go and have a drive up one of the tanker tracks and ask one of the farmers if they can come and experience a milking and see what it's like working with a farmer, because they're actually genuine good buggers.
Coming up on the NZ Ag Show, we find out how wool is being transformed into powder.
And we hang out with some of the old boys who appeared in the New Zealand famous The Dog Show.
Plus, find out how your whānau can win a trip to the show in Otatahi in 2022. Meet Nikki and Vicky, friends for more than 50 years, and it all started here at the show in the 60s.
You make new friends at shows, and it's amazing. Horses bring people together, don't they?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Everyone was thrilled when someone got a ribbon. We're even more thrilled if you happen to get a sixth. My husband, at the old showgrounds, he had a wee box. It was always called Bryce's box. And it was at the top end of the ring. And he used to call in all the horses, went over the car park, down to the horse yards, round the stables. Oh gosh, there were a lot of parties held in that box too. It was rocking.
Bringing the city to the country and giving all these young people, because I'm passionate about them, the opportunity to understand what goes on in the farming world. So many of these people, they don't even realise that the milk comes from a cow or butter from a cow. And, you know, they have the opportunity to learn so much about livestock, which is so important. It's a wonderful learning curve, I feel.
Auntie Nikki and Vicky are absolute darlings, eh?
They are indeed.
G'day, guys.
Oh my gosh,
Guys done well there.
and they're so impressive close up as well. That was incredible to watch. So Andy, who's in school?
Her stable name's Hazel and her show name's Bahama Mama.
Bahama Mama?
Bahama.
And so we can see you've lost part of your leg. What happened there?
It was a roofing accident with a sheet of iron coming down in the northwest, and yeah.
Is it a bit different riding the horse with the prosthetic?
Yeah, it is a lot different. The balance is completely one-sided, and there's no feeling. So I strap it in the stirrup. Yeah, I've had plenty of times where it's just fallen out, so we've made a device there to strap it in and keep me safe.
And how often are you getting out and show jumping?
Pretty much every weekend at the moment. Yeah, it's pretty tough with COVID going on, but we are getting out. We're getting to some horse events just spring on next year, and there'll be a lot more.
And we hear that you might have a bit of a trip coming up, Andy.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, there's a possibility Paralympics in 24. Could be doing show jumping for the first time.
Awesome.
That's the goal anyway at the moment, so.
Oh, kia ora, Andy. Thanks so much for your time, mate. Awesome to meet you and your hoi-ho Bahama mama.
Good on you. Thanks so much. It's been a pleasure.
What a guy. We wish Andy all the very best. Now, Kiwi wool has been having a really tough time in recent years, but there's some exciting innovation happening within the industry that could see wool transformed from this into this.
The best way to think of Wool Source is actually as a biotech startup that happens to use wool. We break wool down into its chemical parts, into cells and particles, and then we reconstitute them into particles, powders and pigments.
So we've got this beautiful, fine, silky wool powder, and that is some incredible active observed keratin. And it can be used as a carrier for pigment, for colour. That then eliminates a lot of metal and iron sort of components.
So this is quite literally turning a sheep's wool into these tiny fine powders.
It's a tiny, beautiful, silky, beautiful keratin strong powder, which then can go into makeup. Like, for instance, we've got this beautiful, so we're using the red there, and this is a beautiful lip oil or lip gloss. You know, it looks like anybody else's type of lip gloss, lip oil, but what that has is actually got the keratin in it, and keratin's fantastic for strengthening the skin, for moisturisation, and it actually has the added benefit of being a protectant against UV. I would love to be able to make a beautiful bronzing powder that you could put on. It would be soft, it would be silky, it would be anti-pollution. I'd really like to see it be this incredible sustainable ingredient that's natural, that has some real strong efficacy, and it would be exciting to have that application put through into different various products in the industry. So that's what I'm hoping, and then we can showcase it to the world.
We've got a great product development trial with the University of Canterbury, and we're looking for as many new uses for wool as we can find. I'd love to see it in cosmetics. I would love to see it in pigments for screen printing. I would love to see it in some areas we didn't think were possible.
So Wool Source sent you this beautiful red pigment. What drew you to creating these paints?
I've seen so many toxic paints on the market that are supposedly safe for children to use and safe for the environment, but really a lot of them are filled with nasty chemicals that just get washed down the drain and affect ecosystems and, you know, aquatic life. So I wanted to create something that was safe for the environment and safe for people to use. The particle size of the powder was really beautiful to work with. It was really easy, and it just flowed on the paper beautifully.
You've made this beautiful palette. What other ingredients have gone into creating this?
I looked to nature to see what was available, and being springtime, there were lots of kowhai flowers out, so I used kowhai in the yellow and kakabek for the brown, and then for the blue and green and orange I used like spirulinas and algae, and then minerals for the black and white. All the colours come from everywhere, and it's just proof that we don't need to be mining for these pigments. They're all around us.
It's never been more highlighted. The consumer wants to know what their ingredient is, where it's come from, how much of an impact it's had on the environment, how much it's helping the world.
Stacey and Steph, what awesome wahine.
Indeed. Back to the showgrounds now for what is one of the oldest events for the NZ Ag Show, the dog trials.
So it's pretty cool, mate, what's going on today. They should be, you know, streaming this live for everyone to see in New Zealand.
Well, we did once. Probably, the TV, the dog show, amongst the urban population, that was a big favourite. They used to rave about it. Yeah, I was lucky enough to be on the last one of those programs that was filmed.
People talk about it like it was yesterday, but that's 30 years ago, isn't it?
And what about the talent that's coming through at the moment? Do you think the talent is as good as it was back then? Obviously not yourself, because you're that 1%er. But
Stay. My father-in-law does heaps of it, and I was pregnant and couldn't jump my horses anymore. So, yeah, you can train dogs safely, and yeah, it's not so much hard work. It's just putting in the time, just lots of time in the training paddock and teaching her to do nice sides and come around the sheep nice and calmly and not upset the sheep. She's brought up on a farm. She's got a dog as a pup. She's got a father-in-law that's one of New Zealand's top dog trialists, so wow. He's helping her along on the way, you know what I mean? And she's obviously a good pupil. And she's heading across the pen now. Now, if she gets them in, I mean, this crowd's going to give you a bit of noise, eh?
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah, she's done well, eh, for a young one. Yeah, well, she's nearly got him in.
How did you feel that went? You had a huge applause.
I was stoked. Yeah, she hasn't done, like I said, she's only done one show before.
Can you tell me sort of some of the commands?
That's her run out, and so if you can't see sheep and you're on the hill, you can steer her to the direction of where they are. Yeah. And then her left to pull is... Oh, and her...
She's well trained.
Hap. Sit. 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 Left. Sit. Hap. Hap. Cheer, brother. Who we got here, bro?
So this is Pip. She's my henny dog.
Yeah?
Yep.
So, bro, you're the youngest in the competition?
Yep, apparently. So, yeah, have to bloody take one for the team for the young fellas.
Yeah, there's a lot of old buggers in there,
Yeah. No, they're bloody great though, eh? It's good to get all their knowledge and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's awesome, eh?
So, in terms of getting prepped to come to an event like this, have you got your own little setup out in the paddock out on the farm?
Yeah, I've got a training paddock at home, and I try and get out most nights after work.
What's the hardest part about pulling the sheep through the bridge there?
Oh, the main thing is just to get the three sheep's heads facing onto the bridge so that they're, obviously it's like steering a racing car if you don't point it at the corner or around it. This part of the course is the hardest part of this particular course. It's been nicknamed in the last couple of days, it's called Killer Corner. There's barrels in there, they don't know whether bloody billy goat gruff lives in one of them or who may pop out of that.
Yeah.
Understandably, they don't see barrels in the paddock every day. Then
and
it relies on the skill of the dog and the man to guide them through there.
Yeah, right. Right, guys, I'm Biscuit Boy, so I'm going to be handing out the cookies today.
Challenge Cup, and that goes to Andy Clark.
Right.
Thank you.
You might need a hand with us.
Yeah, and I'll leave the open.
Been coming here since I was, good first walk. So I've probably been to more than 65 shows. And the novelty hasn't worn off yet.
On.
All right, Tiani Ali, time to take me on at the wool handling challenge.
Separate that. Yeah? Yep.
And then we're going to remove these yellow curly bits.
Brisket basket? Yep. Alrighty.
Yep.
Hurry up, Ellie.
Pull that little bit off there, put it in a little basket.
Yep.
Oh, no, that's all right.
Squeeze in.
We're upside down over here, cuz.
Nah, where?
Do it like that, bro.
I feel like Tangaroa is getting me.
Chuck in the big one.
No, they're going to go back up there.
Doing really well, Ellie.
Oh, really? I appreciate your encouragement.
So I thought I nailed this, but I accidentally put it upside down.
Am I winning?
I think you are.
Wow.
The good thing is you can see the yellows, so, it wasn't a bad idea.
Tactics.
So it wasn't too bad.
Just roll it. Oh, nice and tight.
Okay, like a sleeping bag. I can manage that. I can roll a sleeping bag.
Hurry up. You said you wanted
Sorry,
to
Auntie.
move.
Sorry, Auntie.
And that one.
And then.
Yep.
This feels like home life.
Oil. That's a wrap, whānau. Had a blast here. Even though I flipped my wool upside down, I'll blame it on my mate over here for... Nah, what could you fellas done well?
And make sure you come along here to the New Zealand Agricultural Show next year. We will see you then. Enter the draw to win the ultimate spring holiday for you and your whānau to visit Ōtautahi Christchurch in 2022.
Be VIPs at the New Zealand Agricultural Show.
And get treated to a premium experience at Cup Day Addington on Tuesday and the Riccarton Races on Saturday.
Enjoy some of the best local attractions, the Antarctic Centre, gondola and tram.
Accommodation at the Chateau on the Park, rental car and flights are included.
To enter, head to bloomnz.com and tell us what Tangaroa and Ellie we're travelling in at the start of the New Zealand Agricultural Show 2021 TV special.
Terms and conditions apply. We are celebrating this guy, the llama. Oh no! The alpaca!
Yeah, mate, you ready? Kia ora, guys, welcome to...
Okay, that one's not a fan of me.